I know that social media posting and marketing can be confusing, and many times it's because people don't think about what am I trying to do with posting this picture or this series of pictures or this strategy. And when I use the word strategy, often people don't even think of it as a strategy. They just think, oh my God, I've got to get something on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. So what I want to do is show you one of the people that I follow. It's somebody that I've given advice to locally, a local restaurant. But I want to show you something about the way, the theme that they post things. So the restaurant's called Di Matteo's. It's on the central coast of New South Wales. And as you can see in this post, the headline of it is "Shit's Getting Real, Guys." And the post talks about that there are people out there that don't have food or are struggling to feed their families. And Stella, that owns this restaurant, has put this post out saying, if you're stuck, if you don't have food or you need a hand, then come in and basically we'll feed you and we won't take any money for it, and we're not going to talk to anybody about it. It's not going to be embarrassing. We're not going to even acknowledge it with you. It's just something that we're going to do. So it's a real heartfelt post. So this is first of a few posts I'm going to show you from Stella at Di Matteo's. And in a way, this encapsulates what Stella does, is that she works her social media so it's inclusive for the local community. So this would go out to maybe an area of, say, 5-10 kilometers around the restaurant. The population might be 50,000 in that area. That might be more than it is actually. It might be closer to 20,000. And so there'll be people within there that see this and see her posts and really get the feeling that they are part of her community and her restaurant is part of their community. And so a lot of what Stella does is about community. Now, I don't for one moment want you to think that she's being manipulative, because she's not, because this comes directly from her heart. But the thing is, it works. People feel connected to this place. So let me show you another post. So here are two posts actually that again underline what she does. On the left hand side, she's supporting some young people who've put together a children's storybook. And on the right hand side, in June, they were doing a push-up challenge in the restaurant, and all the staff were engaged in doing so many push-ups a day. And every time we went in, we knew what they were up to, and there was a place to donate and things like that, and you could donate online, so on and so forth. But again, what Stella's doing here is supporting the community by promoting the community's artwork, and on the other side, supporting the community by donating to charity and engaging other people in doing the same. Here is something else, the Italian family, and she talks about that Di Matteo's has a family, which is us, the local people. And they were going to do a night, or they did do a night, where they basically took all the tables and joined them together, and they could seat 28 people in the restaurant. And the idea behind it wasn't making a ton of money. You can see it's only $40 per person. But what happened was that all of the local people that went in were able to meet each other and talk to each other. And whenever we go in there, there's that vibe going on. People get up and walk across the restaurant to talk to other people on other tables. And again, it's like when you're in Europe in the back streets and you go into a restaurant and you find all the locals there having a laugh with each other and so on. And if you've ever done that and thought, oh, it'd be really nice if we had something like this at home, this is exactly what Stella's doing, is developing that local community vibe within a restaurant. On the right-hand side, there's pictures here of her garden, outside garden, and she's got kids colouring in spatulas and spoons and dressing them up. And so the local bay is called Spoon Bay. And so this is a play on words, but the kids are loving it. And this garden area is full of wooden spoons now. Then this is more traditionally what you'd expect to see on a restaurant's Facebook page. What this is, though, is food, of course, but behind it is the fact that this is in lockdown. and people are suffering restrictions. So she's creating this kind of food that people can have delivered or can go and pick up. Again, it's done fairly cheaply, but there's tons and tons of lasagnas, and people love lasagna. And I spoke to Stella about it, and she was saying she hates it because it's so boring for her as a chef to cook, but people love it, so they just continually pump out this food, this comfort food for people in the local area, and it sells out straight away, which is great from a marketing strategy and a sales strategy. But the thing is, she's doing what her customers want her to do, and of course they buy it. In this one here, she's talking about herself personally. So this is her little boy, Luca. He's not at school yet, but she's saying that she's been a stay-at-home mum and doing home lessons in the kitchen. So Luca's helping her with the takeaway, and this is about, again, showing another side of her, which is relevant, and acknowledging all the mums and dads out there that are homeschooling the kids at this time. On the right-hand side, again, she talks that she's up early, she's working late at night, and she's doing her best to be a mum and a wife. And so she's sharing that idea. And whenever you see responses to Stella's posts, what you see is how much love is generated in the community and people want to support her. And now getting on to some really quite serious posts here. This one is her looking and talking about looking through her Facebook page and seeing how much love there is coming from the community back to her. People saying, thank you, we love you, we want to come in and support you, we'll be back, all that kind of stuff. And so she said, okay, so tomorrow, this was a Sunday, I believe, I'm going to give coffee away from the moment we opened till I think it was about 11, or 7 to 11. And so she posted that, and it says Jack doesn't even know, and Jack's the barista in there. And so she just posted this out and took no money. That was the idea. She was going to take no money from anybody who came in to get a coffee. Here is the response. So last Sunday we opened our hearts and gave you all a free coffee to bring everybody's spirits up. You guys were so appreciative that many of you refused to take the freebie and threw money at us, literally. So during the week we did a big shop for much needed supplies for our charity of choice, Shoebox Revolution. Thank you, Forrest, for all the tips. We've turned them into donations for the homeless. And then just look at the response to this. So 409 engagements, so smiley faces, thumbs up, hearts, 58 comments, 16 shares. And then when you look at these comments, this is people that are just saying how much they love this cafe restaurant. And it's not anything special, it's just a local cafe restaurant. They don't have an awarded chef, they don't have the greatest environment. It's just a local place that's filled with character and love. And what Stella's doing in her posts is she's sharing that with the community. So what lessons can we learn from here? So a lot of what they do is not about food. A lot about what they do is about her engaging with the community. Yeah, there's lasagna posts and things like that to get the sales coming in, but a lot of what they're doing either is directly aimed at the community like this, or when there is food posts, it's about coming as a community and have a family dinner or a locals night, or here's some things that we've done because we know you love this as takeaway. That's the kind of thing. So it's not just about selling the product, it's selling the product within a framework of community. So you can do that. She shares about the fact that she's a mum, a wife, the fact that she's homeschooling, the fact that she's struggling, she's tired, all of those personal things that maybe we think, oh, we can't share that, we've got to look shiny and professional. Well, what Stella's managing to do here is connect with people because she's being real. So she's thinking about the community, she's sharing bits and pieces about her real life, and she's being real with people and generous with people. And this is what she puts out on Facebook and Instagram and so on. For you guys, we do content magic. So we take your videos, we turn them into lots and lots of posts. But a lot of what we do, if not all of what we do, is about thought leadership. It's about you giving people information, education, inspiration. But we don't go on then and do the personal posts or what's happening today kind of posts. We expect, obviously, that for you to do that, because you're closer to the action than us. What we're doing is sharing your intellectual property in a way that inspires and educates. With this, it's much more of that personal post about you as a person and you connecting with your community. So obviously, if you're not a restaurant owner, maybe you're a medical practitioner, then you can't share food pictures, but you can talk about what you do in the community, which charities you support, which things you're interested in. You might be interested in a particular sport or sports or local sports people. It could be that you support a local school, that kind of thing. So it's sharing that, and so the local community feels supported by you because you're out there supporting them, but also there's a kind of reciprocal thing going on where they also want to return that love and support you. All right, hopefully that's been useful, and I'd love to hear from you about the kind of things that you're doing too.